So they've also brought her into.
Are you playing Wordle?
I'm listening, but I need to do something. I told you I can't just not sit here. Okay, 3, 2, and 1. 5, 6, 7, 8.
Welcome back to Fictionally Unstable, because real life's not dramatic enough.
With your hosts, Jessica,
Maciel,
And Lauren.
who wants to go through the outline? I can't. I didn't finish.
You literally can't.
I can do the other one, not this one though.
Well, welcome back. Today we're talking about Vladimir on Netflix.
yes.
Maciel didn't finish it. Sorry.
On episode 6, there's 8 episodes.
Sorry,
They're about 30 minutes.
Sorrows, Braz.
About 30 minutes each.
Yeah, I can go through it. Give me a second.
And it's based off of a book.
That it is. It's starring. I don't even know. I
I've
don't know why I
never even
started that
seen the book
sentence.
before. Oh, let's see what this cover looks like.
And yes, before anyone asks, AI did write the outline. So. But I read it and it's.
So we're gonna go for a journey. Again.
Correct.
Julia May Jonas is the author
Okay.
of the book.
Starring Rachel Weisz,
Mm-hmm.
who is from The Mummy, Black Widow,
She's in Black Widow.
The Bourne Legacy, The Lovely Bones.
Is she the mom? I haven't seen that movie in a while. It's not like I'd remember. I just remember Stanley Tucci
Yeah, she's probably the mom. Yeah, she's the mom.
and Mark Wahlberg.
Yeah, and then the guy, Leo Woodall. He was in White Lotus. That was what I remembered him from. He was in One Day. I think. Did you not mention that one before?
I think I saw it, but I haven't.
The Netflix drama romance.
Oh, I brought it up because I kept seeing a video of, that girl that has those reels where she's like, was putting something on while I'm cleaning, and she's always standing in front of a TV and it's always playing something. She played a clip from that movie, and everybody in the comments was like, "Oh my god, it killed me!" Like it's supposed to be really, really sad. That's why I brought it up.
Well,
Still haven't watched it.
She's from that. Also, it's a series.
Whatever.
And then Bridget Jones' Diary. Are these people worth noting?
What White Lotus is he in?
The 2 seasons ago, the one in Italy with Jennifer Coolidge. It's the second one Jennifer Coolidge is in.
Oh,
Haley.
so 3 potentially? I've only seen 1, to be honest. There's 4 seasons, right?
Of White Lotus?
I think it's only 3.
There's only 3.
Oh,
Yeah.
There will be a
So
fourth.
he was in season 2.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And then John Slattery. He was in Mad Men. That was the husband.
Oh, okay.
Oh, he looks like but I know it's not him. He looks like the husband in Get Out. The white man.
He reminded me of the guy in Handmaid's Tale. The one that's always trying to help.
Yes.
What's her face?
Wait, I think those are the same guys from
Okay.
Get Out, I think, and Handmaid's Tale.
Yep. Anyway, so synopsis of this show.
Vladimir.
Of Vladimir.
That's how we should be saying it.
Vladimir. It's new on Netflix. It came out last week. So easy watch, 8 episodes, 25 minutes each. I finished it in 4 hours.
I fell asleep. That's why I didn't finish it.
So a meek and hardworking corporate strategist, Linda Little, looks forward to a long-deserved promotion. Whoa, this is not the right thing. This is for Send Help.
I was like, who's Linda Little?
Go watch Send Help. It's amazing.
I was like, damn.
Their ratings are
this
still
AI
going up.
really did wrong.
No.
Anyway, okay, I'm here now. Okay, so we start episode 1. The series opens with the professor narrator, who is Rachel Weisz, addressing the audience directly. Her life at a small liberal arts college is collapsing. Her husband, John, is the English department chair. He is under investigation for sleeping with his students.
Mhm.
They're of age students as well. They're in their 20s, but still his students. The campus atmosphere is tense with protests and gossip surrounding the scandal. And then into this chaos arrives Vladimir, a charming young novelist hired as a visiting professor. The narrator instantly becomes fascinated by Vladimir. She imagines elaborate sexual fantasies about him, though nothing actually yet happens yet. At the same time, she worries he may be involved with Cynthia,
That's the guy's
his wife.
Yeah. Oh, did they get it wrong?
I don't understand.
I don't know what it's trying to say either.
She worries he may be involved with Cynthia, his wife, or even with her own husband.
Like Cynthia and her husband are involved.
I know, but I was thinking that saying like Vladimir. Anyway, okay. The narrator, Vladimir has a wife that the narrator is also concerned about is potentially sleeping with her husband as well.
Mhm.
The episode establishes the narrator's perspective, and we can see she's not fully reliable. So the dynamic as well between the narrator and her husband is that they have an open marriage. So she is fully aware of him sleeping around with his students. She doesn't really find it to be a big deal. So she's not really concerned about the scandal.
And her thing always that she's like, I grew up in a different time.
Yeah, she kept saying that.
Yeah.
Times were
And her
different.
thing was always like, people always fantasized about sleeping with their professors.
Yes.
Who are of age.
Who are of age.
They're like mid-20s, late 20s. His students.
I did in the beginning when she first was looking at the camera. I couldn't tell that she was looking directly at the camera. I thought maybe she was talking to someone because it kind of looked like her eyes were going different ways. So I was like, is she supposed to be looking right at the camera?
Yeah, the first episode when it started off that way, I was like, I don't know how I'm going to feel about this narration thing.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Like, are you talking to me?
Me?
And when we find out about the scandal too, it's like the teachers are all kind of conversing at somebody's house for like a meeting or something.
Yeah.
And one of the teachers, I think it was Flo, the one that she always has beef with, is like,
That's the new chair's wife.
yes.
Yeah.
She was trying to describe what the husband was doing with the students. She was like, "Oh, I think it's called waterboarding."
Oh yeah. Motorboating?
And then they were talking, and she's like, "No, it's motorboating."
Yeah, it's kind of funny.
Okay. Episode 2. The narrator grows increasingly fixated with Vladimir. Some key moments is that she stalks his social media and reads his writing obsessively. She imagines seductive encounters with him, blurring fantasy with reality. And her marriage deteriorates as John deals with the misconduct investigation. Meanwhile, a former student, Leela, becomes a vocal accuser against John, escalating the campus scandal. The narrator begins to feel trapped between defending her husband and confronting the truth.
Right. So this whole thing was that this Lila girl did not graduate because of her. And this Lila person thinks that it was in retaliation of trying to speak out against her husband.
Yeah, like she had failed her in her class, so that's why she lost her scholarship, I think.
Yeah.
And she couldn't afford to continue.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But her thing, the narrator's thing is like, no, you got lazy and you didn't do the work.
Yeah.
The proper work. So, yeah.
Continuing on, the narrator convinces herself that something inappropriate is happening between John and Cynthia, which is Vladimir's wife. She spies on them and interprets interactions as a proof of an affair. Her fantasies about Vladimir become more intense and cinematic. She's literally picturing him like fucking her in a closet, fucking her in the classroom, the lounge, everywhere.
Yeah.
She confides her theories to the audience through direct narration, and her obsession grows so strong that she starts to believe Vladimir is secretly attracted to her as well.
Right. So she's reading like, she feels like she's picking up on these cues that he's interested in her.
Mm-hmm.
But she's kind of blurring fantasy with reality.
Yeah. So rumors start to spread across campus. Students are gossiping about John's misconduct. Faculty politics become vicious, and the narrator becomes jealous of anyone who interacts with Vladimir. She begins manipulating situations to be around him, like inviting him to dinners, attending his lectures, and steering conversations towards sex and literature. But Vladimir remains mostly oblivious, which frustrates her and pushes her deeper into her obsession. The narrator, her behavior becomes erratic. She tries to provoke Vladimir emotionally during conversations about art and desire. She interferes in the investigation of John, and her fantasies about Vladimir grow darker and more elaborate. All these episodes, it just keeps going. Like
It's literally the same thing. Yeah.
She just keeps envisioning him being with her.
Yeah, I guess at like some point her daughter starts to get involved with her daughter. Their daughter's a lawyer. She also starts to get involved with his investigation. So they've also brought her into.
Are you playing Wordle?
I'm listening, but I need to do something. I told you I can't just not sit here.
Okay.
Where else? So the narrator's life starts to collapse. John's scandal worsens publicly. The narrator becomes convinced Vladimir is connected to the situation somehow. She begins writing a novel based on her fantasies about him. Her writing and her real life start blending together, making it harder to tell what actually happened. During this, her students are also like accusing her of being complicit and like telling her that she shouldn't be the like good housewife who like puts up with her husband cheating on her or whatever.
Right. Or even like be seen out in public with him.
Yeah.
And all the while she's having like this like, I don't know, sexual journey with Vladimir. And she has one student who really looks up to her. And she's supposed to be writing her a letter of recommendation. And she keeps putting it off and putting it off and putting it off until she misses the deadline.
But she asked Cynthia to do it.
Yep.
Because she knew that she didn't submit it.
Yeah.
Where she
was like, oh, my letter bounced back.
Did you not get it?
Nah, bitch. Fuck you.
And also the narrator has also had affairs in their open marriage as well with another teacher, or is he like the dean or something?
I think he was a professor at the time.
And then he took
her husband's
position.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Okay. First of all, really quick. Her, when she talks about David and how like she fantasized and she whatever, and then they show David, and I was like, this ugly motherfucker. What the fuck? He looks like a clown.
Yeah, I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah. And to like get when her husband's thing is going on and they're like trying to get the case like pushed out, that way he can get his tenure or whatever, he can get paid out for it, and then he doesn't have to worry about being fired before he's able to like cash out.
Yeah.
He like she uses her affair with that guy, David, to convince him, and is like, oh, I have old emails of like our encounters together, things like that.
Yeah, but then John fucks it up because he gets seen with a student
Literally.
at a bar with it's the president, right?
And his wife.
And his wife. She's like, interesting. I'm going to go see my husband.
Yeah.
She also takes like an old file from David's office, and like Cynthia convinces her to burn it.
Yeah.
Because it was like evidence that was going to be used towards John. And also students are starting to feel uncomfortable, so they told her that she was going to be fired. Like she should leave her position as a teacher like willingly, or it's going to have to be a process of her being fired. Yeah.
And then this whole time too, the narrator is trying to like become friends with Cynthia because she's like, if I become friends with her, then I won't have like fantasies about her husband. So she keeps like inviting her over and like their baby. Also, the whole storyline. So the Cynthia, the wife, I guess when her daughter was 2, attempted suicide.
Yeah,
Cynthia did.
Cynthia did.
She tried to commit suicide.
So that was a storyline as well, that she attempted suicide because she was going through like depression, raising her daughter or whatever. Which Vladimir told all this information to the narrator without asking. Like
He just out here blabbing his mouth. Like, what are you doing?
But the narrator's trying to befriend Cynthia, is like inviting her over, and Cynthia's like, no, I don't want to do that. She like goes to her house and she's like, how do you have my address? And it's like, because Vladimir fucking gave it to her. So that's that storyline. So the narrator then invites Vladimir to a remote cabin under the pretense of discussing writing, because they've both written books. So they're like, let's read each other's books and exchange ideas. So they end up going to dinner, and then she's like, I have a cabin. We can go, focus on writing. So she invites him there. Vladimir and the narrator she drugs Vladimir.
Yeah, she sure
So
does.
they're at the cabin. She drugs Vladimir and ties him up, recreating one of her fantasies. But when he wakes up, the situation becomes emotionally intense and rather it becomes intense. I don't know. They confront each other about their marriages and the rumors surrounding them. So they go to the cabin. They're drinking. She puts drugs in his alcohol, and then he's like out of it. And then when he wakes up, he's like chained to a chair. And she was like, you were telling me that one of your fantasies when you were drunk is that you want to be dominated. And so we were going to do it, but we didn't do anything. And she also texts Cynthia from his phone as him being like, I know what you did. I know that you're cheating. And there's something else I thought of. I don't remember.
Yeah, I think that was basically it. But that scene where he's tied up, like yelling, is one of the first scenes you see at the start of the show. So you're like, oh shit, like what's happening? So kind of full circle back.
I thought you didn't get this far.
Yeah, but I was like, well, that was the opening scene.
Yeah.
Yep. So yeah, and then in the final episode, everything explodes. Vladimir and the narrator ultimately do have sex, because they like give in or whatever. Vladimir discovers that she used his phone to text his wife, pretending to be him and accusing her of the affair. But the truth around John and Cynthia is that they weren't lovers, but secretly collaborating on writings and using drugs together.
Vladimir gets pissed because John comes to the cabin, and then Vladimir gets pissed when he tells the truth about the relationship, because Cynthia's supposed to be sober.
Yeah.
And now she's doing drugs with him. So now he's all upset. Yeah.
Yeah, but you just fucked someone else.
Well, then he was like, he was having an affair under the pretense that his wife was having an affair.
Right.
I can't.
And then all this time too, John and their daughter are like in the courthouse for his hearing about the scandal, and they're trying to get a hold of the narrator, and they can't get a hold of her for like a full day. And so then he finally goes to the cabin and is like, oh, did you have fun? Like with the affair?
Was it everything you wanted?
Yeah, was it everything you wanted? Like no one was concerned that they couldn't get a hold of her for a full day. Anyway. And so then a final confrontation happens in the end. The narrator chooses neither Vlad nor her husband, because during the time at the cabin, Vladimir was like trying to come in through a back door, and she was like, oh, that door gets stuck sometimes. And so a fire starts in the cabin. And so Vladimir and John are trying to get out. And so they go to that door, but it's stuck. And then she sees her writings on the table, and she was like, I have a choice to make. And so she like goes to get her writings, but then something crashes, which puts a trail of fire in between them. And then she was like, I can save them or I can leave. And so she just fucking leaves.
She's a bye.
And then
she's like, I'm going to start a whole new life.
She's like, I'm going to start a whole new life. And then she like, it ends with her narrating too. And she's like, don't worry. Like I called the police immediately after. Everyone made it out alive. But you just see the fucking cabin burning.
Yeah.
And that's literally how the show ends.
Yep. That's the ending.
It's the most random show. I don't understand.
Yeah. I didn't get it. I think she was talking in a very sexual voice the entire show, and I was like, I don't like this.
Well, it's just all the fantasies.
Yeah, but she talks very sensually.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
She's just like, yeah, it's very like, I don't know. If my professor was talking like that to me in class, I'd be like,
I mean, that was like her one student.
hello?
The
curly haired
Yeah,
guy.
he was like, you don't have to view the book like that.
Yeah. You don't have to interpret it.
She did do like a little like meeting with her students, because when they were like telling her to address the allegations or whatever, she held like a meeting, and then she's like revealed to her students that she's in an open marriage.
Yeah.
And they were like, oh, like polygamy?
Yeah. They were suddenly very
She was
interested.
like, if you want to view it that way, sure. And they were like, oh, so you're not monogamous. And she was like, if you want to view it that way, sure.
Yeah.
And so then everyone was on board with it, and they were fine with her and her marriage, I guess.
Oh, and then John ended up getting all of the allegations dropped, or not dropped, but like not charged. So he does get his tenure, and
Yeah.
Great. No consequences. Cool. Well, there's some book versus TV series differences.
Okay. What is this book?
Does that mean I'm going to read it?
Oh, I can read it.
Okay. You just have to open
I'm like,
it.
what was so good in this book that they
don't
made
know.
it into this shit?
The way she was fantasizing about him, I was like, he ain't even that like
Not that good looking.
good looking. I mean,
the Russian.
then again, it's like the cougar punting for the young blood.
Yeah.
Also, she didn't have a name. I looked it up.
Yeah. So apparently in the book, she also doesn't have a name,
Oh,
I think. or
The
something.
narrator.
Yeah.
right.
Oh, I thought her name was Florence.
No. Flo is her enemy.
Because the whole time I was
over my
like,
head.
I don't think anyone said her name. On the character cast list, it says M.
Mhm.
But like her husband just kept calling her honey, or like whatever. Like no
Yeah.
one calls
Or
her
someone
name.
calls her mom.
Yeah.
Or
No
like
one
that.
ever calls her name.
Yeah.
So she doesn't have a name.
Mhm.
Okay, so the characters in both the book and the show, Vladimir is narrated by an English professor in her 50s who remains unnamed throughout the entire story. In the book, we meet her as she writes while looking over the titular character as he's asleep in a chair that he's shackled to, without revealing the mysterious circumstances that led to the character to this moment. Kind of introduced the same way in the show. Vladimir is a new professor at the upstate New York Liberal Arts College, where the protagonist has taught for years. In the novel, the character is described as 40 years old, but in the show, he is played by a 29-year-old. The other main characters from the book who also appear on the show include the husband, John, who is under investigation, the daughter, Sid, and
Oh, so he's older in the book?
I guess
Oh.
that's like a 10-year age difference. It's not even like... This sounds like a boring ass book.
Sorry, Miss Author, whoever you
Sounds
are.
like Rebecca, the book that she talks about
Mm.
in her class, and I'm like, I've read Rebecca. It was so boring.
Vladimir's wife, Cynthia, and David, a colleague with whom the protagonist once had an affair, are also characters in the book. There is one additional character who isn't in the book, which is Leela, which is one of the accusers and former students, which added nothing to the story.
Yeah, I was like, we could have done without her. I don't know.
The cabin. The seemingly idyllic cabin owned by Weisz's character plays a significant role at the end of the novel and is its setting in episode 7 and 8. But how the protagonist and Vladimir arrive at the cabin and what they do there changes slightly. In the novel, Vladimir goes willingly to the cabin. On the show, he initially rejects her offer before she convinces him to join her. Once at the cabin, the book version of Vladimir admits he hasn't read the protagonist's novel. However, in the show, he hands her a copy of her novel full of highlights and notes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I thought it was going to turn into a thing where he wrote down everything that's wrong with her book, and then she would get really pissed and like, and then that's why he ended up tied. Like, I thought it was like going to be like a
she got angry
revenge plot. No, that would have been more interesting, but alas, it wasn't.
The fates of Vladimir, John, and the protagonist. So the series ends with Vladimir, John, and the protagonist all appearing to escape unscathed from the cabin. John and the protagonist aren't so lucky in the book. Both of them are left with significant third-degree burns following the fire. Vladimir is also outside the cabin when the fire begins, and he runs into the house to save both of them. The couple in the book both spend time in rehabilitation hospitals following the incident, then buy an apartment in Manhattan. Meanwhile, Sid becomes pregnant from her train hookup and raises the baby with Alexis. What the fuck is this book?
Yeah, so the narrator's daughter is bisexual, I think, but she's in a relationship with another woman. But then she ends up cheating on her Sid, the daughter, ends up cheating on her girlfriend. She runs away back home, which is how she gets involved in whatever's happening, like with the hearing. But during that time, she hooks up with the guy on the train.
Yeah, she's like drunk.
Yeah. So I guess she ends up pregnant in the book.
Okay.
When she tackles her mom in the pool, that shit was funny. I was like, I first thought, because you know how it just cuts it and it goes straight to the next episode. I thought it was Vladimir that pushed her in to have like sexy time in the pool. I was like, oh, this is starting very quick. And then it's her fucking daughter.
I also thought their argument as well when Sid finds out about the dad and like their open marriage and him having sex with the students, and they're fighting over the cake that the narrator bought. And she was like, well, did you leave me a slice of cake? And she just fucking throws the cake out the window.
Yeah, I thought that was funny.
She's like, it's like a $40 cake.
She was like my favorite character, but
not saying much.
That's not saying much.
no.
The protagonist's writing. In the series, Weisz's character appears to save all the writing she did on a notepad, which she eventually turns into a novel about a woman's obsession with an older colleague. In the book, the
older colleague. Is that what it just said?
It did.
So she's supposed to be younger.
Or maybe she was... that might be a typo. No, because it said he was 40.
Yeah.
And she was 50.
Oh, okay.
In the book.
Okay.
In the book, the character's only draft of the book, which was on her computer, is destroyed in the fire.
Oh. Wah.
The ending. The book ends with one of John's accusers coming to the protagonist's house and the two of them having a reflective conversation. But the show ends with the cabin fire and Weisz's character addressing the audience from the outside, leaving it ambiguous as to what was real and what was fiction. You don't believe me, she asks before turning away. You don't see what happens to the other characters. That's it.
Well, sounds like I won't be reading it.
How long is this book? How many pages did they fill? 256 pages.
Oh, that's short.
How thick is the font? How big is the font?
It says 3.5 stars. So it's 3.5 stars on Goodreads for the book. And then this series had 6 out of 10 on IMDb and 68% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Too high.
Yeah, that's not that. Well, in comparison to like everything we've seen, that's actually not good. So it's rated fairly accurate in a sense. Like it's not. I mean, we think it's much higher, but it's actually not that high.
Yeah.
I've never seen it. It's been a while since I've seen a book less than 4 stars on Goodreads.
Especially one that's popular.
One that's popular, yeah. All right. There's nothing else to talk about. Are we done?
What's your rating?
Out of 10?
Yeah.
I'm just going to give it a 2. There were some parts that I thought were like funny, but again, I just didn't really, I was just watching it and I was like, well, one, it makes me fall asleep. Anything that makes me fall asleep, I'm not going to like. I can tell you that much right now. Anything that I had to keep rewinding, and thank goodness they were only like 25, 30 minutes long because I kept having to rewind because I was like, my thoughts are running. Like I'm not even paying attention. Is not going to get anything high for me. There are moments that were funny, but it just is what it is. It was lame. And then I didn't finish it.
Yeah.
And I don't want to finish it. Like I kind of was like, it's fine. It doesn't matter at this point.
Yeah. Me? I'll give it a 3.5. Like I think there were some funny moments, but overall it was pretty lackluster, kind of boring.
Yeah.
I mean, no shade to the actress, but I just don't like the way she spoke. So that already annoyed me. And yeah, just, I don't know. I was waiting for something interesting to happen and it never did. So
Yeah. I gave it like a 3, I feel. It was boring. I finished it. It was very fast to watch, but just a lot of storylines that didn't lead up to anything. The actor, sorry, for being like a fantasy type of thing, needed to be a little better looking. Just conventionally. No shade. Yeah. Very forgettable.
Yeah.
When
Will
she
not be
was
watching.
fantasizing him going in the pool, so they have the slow-mo, he's taking off his shirt. I was like, that's it.
That's all.
Yeah. Weird show.
So yeah. Do not recommend, but hey,
There are
you do
better
you.
shows. There are better shows out there. Better
Yes.
books. Will not read this book.
You only have to give it 4 hours of your time. Watch it and let us know what you think. Even though we
Or if
did
you
not
read the book.
recommend it.
Yeah, or if you read the book, even let us know. But yeah. All right, bye.
Till next time. Did you get the Wordle?
Nope. Still trying to figure it out.
I think